So now, without further ado, let the round begin! This one's been a long time coming. I've been waiting quite a while for this quarterfinal to go down, ever since it was made possible. It looks like CB is taking an aggressive start, and Xian is following in his footsteps.
I don't see this layout too often for Battle World. I don't see the one layout very many times.
So far, it looks like CB is having better luck with the... CB has got the better deal out of the pellet posy that they at the start of the game. CB is continuing this aggressive strategy.
There's a big flaw in Pikmin 2's Battle Mode. Some spots are impossible to get for a while because the marble is stuck between the onion leg and captain. Which leads to some really weird outcomes of player being soft locked until they press B.
The Pikmin counts were equal until CB got the lead. CB is now going for those marbles. Meanwhile, Xian has a boulder that can be used. Rain boulders all over CB's squad. Now, unlike in Pikmin 3, the boulders in Pikmin 2 are easier to dodge. And as such, they're not as good an item to get as they are in Pikmin 3. But it looks like Xian wasn't just gonna let CB win. When has Xian ever given up a game easily?
Never.
It looks like they're both going for steals at the same time.
However, should we mention their spray counts differ, which could see some interesting strategies arise.
Xian has the bigger lead, so if things really do go south, he can mitigate it a little bit.
I would argue that base sprays are more valuable in this game than spicy sprays.
Yeah. But really, ultimately, a bitter spray is only as good as its user.
Indeed. We've seen some blue Pikmin at CB's base, causing a nuisance.
Both marbles are on the move. Which one will get home first? It looks like the CB steal is currently the more successful one.
Now, looks like Xian has the lead. No, CB has the lead.
Xian is trying to stop the steal and manages to use the last bitter just in time. Unfortunately, CB doesn't have these favorable circumstances.
Beautiful hugs are everywhere.
And so despite CB's steal being faster, it ultimately failed. So that means we have Xian 1, CB 0. Ready? CB has said he's ready, but oh, never mind. CB reacted the message as well. And so, without further ado, let the round begin!
I can totally speed up loading times. You need to press A. Alright, round 2 has begun.
Hostile Territory is that kind of map where you really see the darker side of each player's playstyle.
And an interesting mechanic. You can hold bomb-ups, which you see nowhere else.
Hostile Territory is almost its own game mode, with the sheer number of strategies that are unique to that map. Or this map, rather. Looks like Xian is having some blowhog trouble, but the bomb rocks are making it easier. Meanwhile, CB is grouping up a flowered squad, and is now heading out into the big wide map. And is having some blowhog trouble of his own. Narrowly avoids the bomb rock. No losses taken. Let's see how they'll be able to handle the Dirigibugs, possibly the most dangerous foes they'll meet on this map. Well, that is, Anode Weasels can be far more dangerous if not properly managed.
However, they're failing to catch any Pikmin in the path.
We've seen how dangerous the bomb rocks can really get at times.
Looks like
Xian has the Pikmin advantage, and has narrowly avoided Anode Weasels killing 7 Pikmin. CB is looking to up his numbers if he wants to remain competitive here. But it looks like that's exactly what he's doing. Xian takes down another Dirigibug, and it had a marble inside it, allowing him to even the marble counts.
Here's the center of the map where it's absolutely happening.
Xian loses a Pikmin to the infinite void below.
Bounce up and bomb up, I'm pretty sure. Mid-air. You don't see that happen, ever. All those Pikmin are gonna die.
Another Pikmin lost. Meanwhile, CB now has that fully flowered squad. It's heading into the center of the map to get some things done. Get some marbles dug up. And avoid the bomb rocks as best he can.
Fun fact, Bitter Sprays actually work against bomb rocks and volatile beetles.
It looks like the bomb rock knocked down Olimar and killed 2 Pikmin. Xian still has more than double CB's Pikmin numbers. But CB had a bitter advantage, and the fact that CB's Pikmin are all flowered means that he can choose not to pick a fight if he doesn't want to.
Looks like there's bomb rocks everywhere, and a whole
A
master.
bomb rock takes out half of Xian's squad! CB, despite the Withering Wormhog, brings back the second marble.
Pikmin stocks have dwindled drastically, being practically even right now.
CB loses 5 Pikmin to some electrical work. Should really leave this stuff to a trained electrician clones.
Looks like Xeno has 5 Pikmin. CB can...
Unfortunately, it seems Pikmin don't seem to understand the meaning of "don't try this at home."
Xeno's also at low health.
If Xian gets hit from one more enemy or bomb rock, Louis will be down and CB will win the match. I mean, round.
I wouldn't say 1, maybe 2.
Nah, definitely 1. I know this from experience.
Looks like a
CB loses 5 Pikmin to the infinite void below. This watery blowhog has learned how to kill without its water.
evolution. Some chairs are being thieved from Xian's perspective. The green Dirigibugs no longer have
Xian
cherries.
currently has a Pikmin advantage of 6, and with those animal features coming in, that advantage is only going to grow. What is CB doing now? Grabbing some cherries, it looks like.
Ah, that Pikmin's not gonna make it. That Pikmin did not make it. No, neither of those Pikmin made it.
Xian now has double CB squad once more. But will another Bomb Rock even the odds again? Or will Xian have better foresight this time?
Not only does Xian have double Pikmin, also has a lot of sprays. a lot of British base.
It seems every advantage CB had is now one that Xian has and CB doesn't.
The only advantage CB has is both marble counts and spicy sprays.
And now Xian is going in for the steal.
Pikmin PvP is happening again.
This is why the Pikmin advantage is such an important factor. It makes you invincible in a steal.
If CB can pull the cards right and... Oh!
But what's this? Xian has taken that final hit from Anode Beetles, winning CB the round, despite the steal.
Self-confidence blinded.
CB won! Xian won! Let round 3 begin!
You guys need to select angle these. There you go. Let's see if the Raging Long Legs becomes a threat in this round.
Ooh, this looks like it could be the layout.
Don't really know until...
Oh, no it's not.
It isn't. I was gonna say, we don't really know until the participants turn around.
This layout is the one that we last had, last time we did Angle Maze. It may not have a Raging Long Legs, but it does have a lot of Bulbobs on the path there. Both participants are currently busy growing their squads. And now Xian ventures out into the big, wide world with a fully flowered squad in the field. Wakes up a Bulborb and tries to kill it before it can get any kills of its own.
Looks like a dwarf Bulbear has sniped some Pikmin. Oh, looks like a bajillion Pikmin are now dead.
It looks like CB now has the squad advantage. However, CB has only just entered the center. Xian is struggling to take out those dwarf Bulbears. CB now has doubled Xian's squad count.
A bunch of cherries and marbles in CB's area. As well as a Bulborb trying to make a snack.
CB is now bringing back the marbles, because that Bulborb may prove a big problem. Xian is now bringing back that dead Bulborb in order to even out the Pikmin advantage that CB has. The massive Pikmin advantage, which is now tripled Xian's squad count. And CB now has the perfect insurance against the steal. But the thing is, it's only worth it if you are very much expecting a steal to happen. Otherwise, you might as well just throw it away and hope you get something more useful to you in the moment, as CB is now done. Meanwhile, the Bulborb is coming for Xian's Pikmin again.
A spicy spray drops from the sky, looking very odd and just lighting.
In a previous match, we had it where we couldn't tell whether that was a spicy or a bitter, and then we only found out when it was a spicy when it was actually good. CB is really powering through this with the marbles here. Top of his game, one could say. Meanwhile, Xian is looking around this area.
Looks like the Blowhog party back at CB's base.
CB brings down the Withering Blowhog. And now the Watering Blowhog is going to be next to go. As Xian comes in for the steal, which is immediately denied by CB.
He has a great plan separating his Pikmin.
The Pikmin advantage, not only... I did say earlier that the Pikmin advantage makes you immune to... That makes your steal unstoppable. But also, given the right circumstances, can make you immune to having your marbles stolen. However, that Withering Blowhog is preventing CB from utilizing the Pikmin advantage. As Xian masterfully swipes the marble from him.
Some great plays, Nate. Some more PvP happening at CB's base, preventing from him to gather any more Pikmin to save his own marble.
It looks like Xian now has this one in the bag. All mobs will be adding insult to injury.
And that's it.
There you have it, folks. Xian 2, CB 1. So then, without further ado, let round 4 begin.
Alright, Battlefield. The first map you probably ever played in 2-player battle.
Back in the original Onion Cup, Battlefield was by far the most popular. And I guess now we can see why. It's very consistent and simple to navigate. Of course, this layout is one of the more complex ones.
However, it is very open, allowing for easy maneuverability.
Xian gets the Ghost Pikmin power-up, which has been universally agreed by our pro strategist, SBU, to be the worst cherry power-up in the game.
It really is. It is practically useless since since as well as any particle effect does not get visified. The visibility of any particle effect does not get nullified. Bars.
CB is just flowered up a squad and is moving out.
Xena is fighting a fiery bullhog.
And that Pikmin has somehow managed to avoid the fire while just standing there. Well, those two weren't so lucky. Now CB gets the Ghost Pikmin. And Xian gets a Spicy. Enough of his Pikmin are being spiced up here as well.
There's one Pikmin that will die. One Pikmin died. Another fiery bullhog.
Died of too much Spicy. And CB brings back the second marble. And summon the Withering Blowhog. The very creature that lost CB around is now being summoned to Xian instead.
Heck, even
Big fight happening over this marble. The open nature of the map allows these fights to be more common.
The ghost power is so useless that even the particle effects of Pikmin walking are nullified.
It's almost as if it just exists to say, hey, you wasted a cherry, lol. CB has lost his entire squad and needs to pluck it from the ground again. And now Xian is bringing back 2 marbles at once. So now it's 2-3. Xian just needs to locate one more marble. CB needs to stop that happening. Because otherwise Xian is going to take the match. CB has the Pikmin advantage though.
Xian is trying to steal 2 different marbles, a very good strategy. Looks like a single Pikmin back at base remains
If that marble gets in there, Xian wins the match. Unfortunately, CB can't use his Pikmin advantage in the field because his entire squad is back at home.
Looks like a bunch of sprays are being used.
CB did have the bitter spray advantage. However, it looks like it will not be enough.
If CB can pull a single yellow marble for Xian, then he'll win. But that's not the case.
And that does not happen. Xian 3, CB 1. This means Xian has won the match. And that's it, folks. Xian has taken this match. Won quarterfinal 2. Moving to semi-final 1 to face Ender. Meanwhile, CB enters the Louis League.
Alright, that's the end of this episode of Sprout House.
Until next time, stay tuned!